Hey everyone, it's Brandy. You're watching Abstract Crafter. I got Diamond Art Club. I told you guys in the last video that this would be the most likely next video, and it is. It actually arrived today, the day I'm recording it. Alright, if I can go over the information from the last video very quickly. I ordered this September 6th. I got it on September 10th, but I got the wrong size. And so I emailed her and let her know, and there was some kind of glitch in the system with the sizing and whatnot being wrong, but I think she misunderstood because this size was on their website for $19.95. The one I ordered, so this one is a 27 by 35. The one I ordered was a 35 by 42, and that goes for $29.95. And she ended up resending me a 42 by 59, which goes for $37.95. They did not have it in stock, and I knew that when I emailed her, so I told her I wanted this painting so much that I would wait until they got more stock in. She let me know that the stock came in on the 25th. They were expecting it, and I actually didn't expect them to ship it out for a couple days, because just because you get your inventory in doesn't necessarily mean that it's ready to go. You have to... There's a whole process that most companies go through when they get a shipment. I won't go into that because it can be kind of boring if you don't care. So it actually ended up shipping on the 26th. Today is the 29th, I believe. And so yeah, it took 3 days to get here, which is pretty good. And I grabbed this one so we could do a little comparison. And I already know people are going to say it's a perfect opportunity to do the large versus small. But I'm doing that with Donnie, and we have a different picture picked out. And this one is already being sent to my niece. But I still thought it would be fun to compare. So, I kind of hope that since this is new stock, that I get the new toolkit, new box, new everything. And I hope that the canvas is not the canvases that you saw from the other one. I just want that nice... Oh, alright. That's my packing slip. I'm going to take that out. What is this, though? So, this is really nice. Covering this because it's a code for me. If you need a code, you can use mine, Abstract Crafter, to get 15% off. I can't use that code. It's an affiliate link, so... But I think everybody gets this. This is really nice. It's a really nice card. And it says, thank you for being a valuable member of the Diamond Art Club family. I hope you had a pleasant experience shopping with us. Everyone at DAC is grateful for your business. And please rest assured that we work very hard to ensure that you get the best diamond art experience that money can buy. Loyal customers like you make our day. We hope to always meet and exceed your expectations, Angie, and I'm not even going to attempt to say her last name. Please share your masterpiece on Facebook groups and other social media to show everyone what DAC is all about. And then there's the code for me to use on the next order, and then here's a really nice 9-step guide to how to diamond paint, which is really nice, and obviously I don't need that. Yeah, this is really nice, and you can hear that's really good quality. It's a nice thick cardboard, so that's a nice touch to add. And I finally got the new packaging, and normally I would cover that up, but you guys already knew that this was coming. So this is really thick. So, and I'm not going to go over everything because I'm sure most people did. I will just go over quickly. So you'll get your kit contents on the back. The same set of 9 instructions there. Some of their claims there. And of course they have branding on all sides, even the bottom and the top. And I bet if you scan that, it's going to take you right to the website. I don't have one of those scanners. I tried once upon a time, but it wasn't for me. And then, just so you know, too, On this is the code that I use to save. When you get your packing slip, there's always a code right there. So they always have discounts available one way or another. If you can't remember Abstract Crafter for some reason, just look at your last packing slip, and there'll be a code on there. One of the other 5 affiliates would have a code. Just as I'm opening this, is a quick rundown of the other affiliates. We got Diamond Painting by Donnie, Everything Gwenny, Gone Off My Meds, Redneck Beauty, and Diamond Mama are the other affiliates. And I think that's it. So you can really use any one of our codes. It doesn't matter. Just use somebody's code. Use a code to save some money. So this is really nice. I like this box. It's in really good shape. I like that they pack in a separate box, much like Amazon does. And so let's open this up, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside so you can see how it's packed. So the painting's there, you got your beads down in there, and you got the nice toolkit here. So let's push that back so you don't need to see my mess over there. Let's start here and see. Oh my gosh, look, there's orange. I'm going to use that for my Halloween. And this is nice. This is like a really nice plastic bag. And I like that they have their branding on it. And there's something I'm going to do because I find it absolutely hilarious. Nice clear tray. I don't have one like that, so that's nice. I don't have an orange grippy, so that's nice. And I also don't have a blue pen. I like having new things when it comes to this. The baggies, they're a nice size, but quality, I don't use them, so it doesn't really matter. So everybody is always talking about saving this heart and not using it because it's a heart. Just so you know, these are you can make these pretty easily with any kind of paper punch. And for all of you that think it's as silly as I do to not want to damage the heart, I thought we could poke a few holes in there because it's just wax. You can easily make any shape you want. So there you go. Sorry to break anybody's heart that doesn't want these damaged, but seriously, it's pink wax. It's I understand why you want to, because it is adorable. But maybe I'll do a video and show you guys how you can make your wax into any shape you want. And we all have tons of it, so there's plenty of ways to preserve it. So I even got to break in the pen. It's nice. It's a hollow pen. You can see right through it, which is really nice for cleaning purposes. Oh, people are gonna just give me a hard time, aren't they? I don't care. I would just cringe every time somebody would say that they couldn't bring themselves to use that wax because it was so cute. It is cute, I'll give them that, and it's unique, but seriously. Alright, look at this. So I know that they have 2 ways. They have 2 different machines. Well, I don't know if they have the machines, but 2 ways of bagging. They will do this style, which you can see here, and they do the weighed bags. It just depends on how many orders they have and how busy they are. And that's secondhand knowledge. So, and again, they have the nice sleeve to protect, and I can already tell you that this is one of the high quality velvet canvases. I could just tell by the scalloped edging, which is singed. I still don't know the right term for that, so somebody needs to tell me in one of these videos what that is called when that edge is singed. And so we might have to lower the table for this, but let's just, since we're right here, let's take a look at these symbols. I've never had an issue, even with the old inventory, as far as the symbols. The only issue I have ever had with them is some of the symbols will sometimes look very similar to each other. And there's the apple. You can see it in this one. And this one has 33 colors. Oh, and they also give you the instructions here as well. So there's 3 places so far that you can go to find your, well, this is a 6-step instruction. Wonder what the difference is. Should we really look? Should we really kill the time? Oh, okay, so this one more or less is just supplies, diamonds, canvas, the gel. They call it gel. That's good to know. But then they say wax. So, and then they talk about the pen and the framing. And this is actually the production steps of how. So there's just a couple of steps different. They just added 3 more in depth, like pouring the diamonds here and. I think this is a different step. And this is a different step. So there we go. So they just went into more in depth and added a couple of new ones. So let's gonna have to turn her sideways, but let me insert a picture right here if you need a refresh on what it was, even though this was probably just yesterday or day before. So yeah, if you remember the video, the last video, way better. The detail is so much more insane. And now, this artist is Mandie, and I'm not even going to try to butcher. I butchered her name last time. It's like Manzano, something like that. I love her take on things. And one thing in particular that I really like about this is that the princess is faceless. To me, that... I like that because it leaves it open to interpretation. You can imagine anybody there. That doesn't leave a preconceived notion in your head of what the princess should look like. And there's so much with her art that I love. I don't know if this one will end up having it as much as the other one, some of the other ones. But she likes to hide things in her art that, you know, like with Tell Me Stories, every time I look at that, I see something new hiding. And it's amazing. So, before we get into anything else, let's do a little comparison as to, now that you have seen this, now that you've seen the picture, this is exactly why they shouldn't do it this small. So, if you can, it's going to be kind of hard with my filming space, but let's go like this, and side by side, you can see how blurry that is. The apple is much more clear here. You can see a lot more detail, especially in the tree. Like this tree is going to end up being very dark, and you could actually see all the circles in this one. And then when it comes to the castle, though there's not much detail to begin with, now that there's a little bit more to it. The biggest differences I see in the size are toward the bottom here. If you can see, look at all the circles and the thorns, and that was the thing that really drew me, was all the curls and like over here, all of this, and her dress was just insane, and you're not going to get that with this small one. I have no doubt that this one will still look good, just not as good as this. I mean, even like look at the ground there, the huge difference. The roots, the tree, this one's going to be a lot darker than this one, just simply based. And it's not like there's a huge difference. There's only 5 more colors in this one. So you're still getting a lot of colors in this one, just not the definition that you're going to get with this one back here. I mean, even her hair, look at, you can see more. There's a lot of color in the hair here, but you're going to miss so much with this one compared to this one. This one overall is going to end up being darker. You're going to see a lot more of the details coming out of this one, like the circles. That is one thing with this artist that she likes to do, is add these different colored circles behind. It's in Tell Me Stories on the fish too, which should be coming up. That video should be coming up. But you're not going to get any of that up here. So I don't think, and I hope that Adriana or Angie are watching this so that they know now, being able to see this side by side. And when my niece completes this, I will have my sister send a picture. My sister still doesn't know I'm even sending it, so I will definitely have them send a picture so that we can see it. The difference in colors too, just scanning through. Because this is smaller, the colors are super different. This got a lot more dark colors than this one. Like, there's colors in this one that aren't even in here. Like, for example, 500 and 550. They're not in here. They did the purples with different colors. Like 3851, 3838 is not in this one, but so the colors are completely different. So maybe, if anything, this one could be recharted. I just don't think with this size you're going to get the detail. And before we look at the diamonds, let's just measure. Now I know that I'm hoping that this one is more accurate. I have it's written down up there so we can measure. But let's just, for a refresher, because I, of course, did not write this down. This one is 22 by 30. 22 by 30. Let me write that down. And so I think the 28 by 36 must be the entire canvas. And just another little tip, when you have, like, you can see the blue line, that's the cut line. So that would be a good place to put your mark, to start your mark at. So we're at 27 and a half by, yeah, come on, get up there. Slightly wrinkled. 27 and a half by 35 and a half. So it's a ½ centimeter off both ways. So the size that this is saying, because actually it says 27 by 35, so yeah. And this is saying 28 by 36 because it's 27 and a half by 35 and a half. So this one was not updated online. It's actually 22 by 30. And let's just put this one away. I always wanted to take a peek. $7.99. See, it's not in there. $7.99 is the one I'm missing for this one. And I didn't ask Adriana or Angie for the $7.99 because I have to order a few for other paintings anyways. So I'm just going to order them with this because, I don't know, it's just easier for me that way. And so now you can see why sometimes going bigger, especially with something that has this much detail, is well worth the cost. And I'm actually glad that she sent this one. This size wasn't actually available when I went to go order online. So had it been, I would have ordered this size to begin with. So let's see, we got this on here says 50 by 67. Online it says 42 by 59, and I'm guessing that's going to be the right size. So let's see. And it's still got a little bit of wrinkles, so I don't know if you're seeing this. So we're at 58 and a half. Oh! 58 and a half by 42. So yeah, again, you want to go with the sizing online. This one, like I said, says 50 by 67. That's probably the whole canvas. So it was, really? I already forgot. This is why I need to write things down immediately. Let's just do this quickly. 42 by... And the reason that I like to have these exact measurements is framing. Because in my spreadsheet I have the advertised size and I have the framing size. So 58 and a half. Which is fine. I don't mind. Most companies ask you to allow a 1 to 3 centimeter forgiveness. So if we were to go from the dots and not necessarily the scalloped edge, and go all the way. We're getting 64.5, so not even the 67 that says, but again, that number means nothing, by 48. So 48 by whatever I just said. So, let's see. If I didn't tell you, this one is called One Little Bite. And you don't need to lift the plastic up. The only reason that I do is because it just pinches a little tiny bit from being rolled. But it's good and sticky. It's really quite nice. They don't include inventory sheets, and I know that there's a lot of back and forth with whether people believe they should or not. I like inventory sheets, but it's not a deal breaker unless it's not even a part of my checklist, or it doesn't go into the scoring. That it has no effect on that. So there, we'll just straighten it a little bit. That's something I can fuss with later. I'm just going over my little checklist here to make sure. I'll give you a little close-up here of what the chart looks like so you can see the symbols that are used. So they like to use a lot of numbers and letters and common. Like this one they like a lot, this little triangle on Tell Me Stories. They used it every way. And here they used it 1, 2, 3. Oh, they didn't use it every way, so yeah. And they like to use the arrows that go different ways too. So there's the down, there's that way, there's that way. And I don't mind that so long as the colors are very different, because I can easily get confused. And that would be one reason. I know Gwen from Everything Gwenny likes to have an inventory sheet because she uses it while she works. That would be one reason I would like it as well. Because it's, when you have an arrow, 3 different arrows, sometimes it can easily get confusing if you're working with it this way or even upside down, as I sometimes work. You can easily accidentally put something in the wrong spot. So let's get the diamonds out and take a peek at those and just do a really quick inventory to make sure we got everything. Alright. And so one thing I noticed too that I hadn't seen before was that right on here it does say DAC 010S3. Sorry, I moved. I was looking off. That is also up here. Right there in the, right above the schematic. As well as the name and the size. Which they're still working on updating, so don't fault them if you have, look on the website. The website has much more accurate. And then it even has a date, and I'm wondering if that's the date it was made. Not, it takes a while for them to get stuff. It could be the day it was ordered, too. But no, because I ordered it on the 10th, so that doesn't make sense. It was probably created on that date, so that's kind of nice. So if you can put your diamonds somewhere else if you need to. Let's just, like I said, I know Adriana had said once upon a time that she liked that she had left it in a comment that as you pull your diamonds out, they should be in order. I don't know if that's something that they do, but let's just see. And so look at this, is in gold. I've never gotten one that was printed in gold. So that'll look nice on containers, let me tell you. So yeah, you don't always pull them out, but we got these purples are super pretty, 209 and 210. See, that's out of order. See, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to go through the inventory. Since there's 33 colors on, I have on my checklist to do that if it's over 30 colors that I'll do it off camera. And then come back and let you know if everything is included. So that's what I will do. Let me just move this stuff out of the way here and flip this over so that, ew, dog hair are ready. Thank God winter's coming, so he'll stop shedding everywhere and getting it all over. Okay, yes, let me pause. I will go through inventory, make sure everything is here, and I will get right back to you. Okay, so everything is here. And as I was doing inventory, some things came to mind. A couple pros and a couple cons. I mean, the majority of it is a pro, and these are things that aren't gonna ultimately affect the scoring. So first, let's go with something I noticed. This isn't a pro or a con. Sometimes you'll see these numbers on the bags, and we have no idea what they mean. In this instance, I think they're telling us the number. I think that 8 is 800. And hear me out now, because I came across... Where did it go? Where did it go? There's one with a 7 on it. And of course I'm not going to find it, because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, well, let's just go this route. So there's 800. This one has 500, and so if you were to hold that up... Well, maybe not, because look how thick this is compared. So I might be wrong. But the reason I was thinking that that was right was because here's 2. This one's got a 2 on it. And that looks like it would have in there, 300 more. Just based on lining them up alone. So I guess maybe my theory is wrong. But I'm going to figure these numbers out. I think when I get them, I'm going to start sending messages to the sellers and just asking them if they mean anything at all. Because they could very well just be saying what machine they were printed on. Yeah, I swore there was one that had like a little... Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not shut my sound off. Let me pause so I can do that, because it's never just one message. It's always multiple. So, I couldn't shut the sound off, but FYI for people that are messaging me, I do use my phone, so please don't string text me. Just send me a big, long message. I much prefer that. I hate getting a whole bunch of small messages with one line in them each. I can wait. I am patient. So if you're specifically texting me, do not string text me. I get so irritated, and then I don't even want to read your message, so... God, what a witch. Anyway, so let's get on with I have 2 cons, and that's it. First one, and they're going to actually go together, is look at all of... Okay, so I ended up having to go and stop recording, go shut the sound off. Please, again, do not string text me. Most likely, if you think I might be recording, just assume I am. Please, I beg of you. Anyway, the cons. Okay, so as you can see, there's several. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these. And no, if you think I was going to say I wish they could all come in this, I think there's only 3 colors that most companies put in the bigger bags. I do believe. And they're the black, the 310s, the 3865s, and the 5200s, I believe. But there's 10 of these, and they're all separate. And so when I was pulling them out of this bag to try to line them up, they weren't all together. They were scattered throughout. So this took me a little bit longer than was necessary. And I can't think of any reason why you might separate them like this. I haven't seen something like that before. And like as another example, look at all of the 3846. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them. And that kind of sucks. Because you know how easy it would be to lose one of these? It could just slide right off and onto the floor, and I would know no different, and I just had to actually turn and look to make sure that didn't happen, and then super easily get kicked under something, and then I would never be the wiser. I would just think I ran out. So, because of that reason, that's why I am a big fan of inventory sheets, not necessarily for ones that are weighed, because I can see that point, but for something like this, like, how do I know that I need 2 bags? And yes, it's just as easy as contacting them and letting them know I ran out to get more, but I also don't want to wait till I run out to have to ask for more. I would rather know in advance before I start the project. I absolutely detest getting halfway through a project and running out of a color, and I had no idea I was going to run out, and then having to stop the project, contact the seller, wait for new ones to be sent. I just don't like that. I also understand other people's points. Some people just don't like inventory sheets. If you've only ever done Diamond Art Club, you probably don't know the benefits of an inventory sheet. This is not up for debate. This is my opinion. This is the way I like things. You're entitled to not like them as well. I can see your point too. If you are comfortable with running out mid-project and then contacting and waiting, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I don't like to do it that way, personally. And I know a lot of other people don't. So, the people that like inventory sheets and the ones that don't, we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this point. But this is the exact reason I think when you have them in these pre-counted bags, it's necessary, especially when they're not in a string. With Diamond Art Club, the one thing that is good about this is that they are in the U.S., so if I were to run out, I know it would only be a couple of days before I got my replacements, but this is just a blanket statement about inventory sheets for all companies and why I like them. Do I want them to change their ways? Absolutely not. I'm not asking them to change. I had talked to Adriana about this, and she said that the reason that they don't include them is because it's just an extra step where mistakes could be made. And I get that, I totally understand that. I'm not asking them to change. I'm not asking them to all of a sudden start putting them in. Not at all. If they did, I know that that would make a lot of people happy. It might make some people mad too, because they're happy with the way things are. So, just my humble opinion, that's all it is. I'm just adding my 2 cents to the conversation and the topic of inventory sheets because it seems to be a hot button topic. So, let's go to the pros because there's a lot of them. One, this artist, phenomenal job on this. One of the reasons that I love hand charted, which is what Diamond Art Club does. If you remember from my homegrown series, I talked about this in the second episode of that where we did the drill with me, and I will link that up in the card. One of the reasons I absolutely love hand charted versus computer charted, and I'll show you two examples, is you get stuff like this. We don't need all. You get 740 into 741 into 742, and though that is a very subtle difference, when you're blending, and you'll see this and tell me stories of an example of how that works perfectly, is you get that blend, and it's a seamless transition, and it's instead of a harsh jump. And I've seen harsh jumps. I've got paintings that have it just like that. I have another example. Where did it go? It's in the purples, like the 155, 209, and 210 is another example. Where there's just subtle differences between two. Oh, I grabbed two 209s. I'm like, whoa. There it is. But you can see that really nice transition. Oh my god, it doesn't want to stay in my hands because there are two different ways. How I told you guys to look for the seam so you know which way to count all your bags. Well, this has it both ways, making it very difficult. But you can see that really beautiful transition in the purples. Just one more example because we're here. You'll see that a lot with Diamond Art Club. You got like your 995 into your 996. That makes such a beautiful transition. And again, right here with the 912 into 950. Well, I have these two mixed up. That actually goes like that, but 912, 954, 955. That is going to look amazing when you're transitioning from one color to the next. I'm going to start putting these away while we wrap up. So just something to keep in mind, that when you're thinking of Diamond Art Club and thinking of how a lot of people are like, well, they're just too expensive. I can't justify that cost. Well, you definitely get what you pay for. They don't overcharge, in my opinion, at all, I don't think. Because you're getting a hand-charted canvas, that takes time. You know, they can't do as many as computer charted. I've seen some really bad computer charted where you get random colors here and there and all over the place where it's just like, that makes no sense. And there's a clear example of that if you go and watch my post review on all the Eevees, linked up in the card. You can see where there's just random dots everywhere. And it's as simple as being able to go in and just make a few changes. You know, I've seen some of the programs. I don't know the exact ones a lot of these companies use, but if I can buy one for personal use, you can guarantee that there's one for commercial use that can do the same thing. And with the personal use one, I can go in and I can change those colors to anything I want. So they take the time to make sure that these are good, you know, and I didn't think it mattered whether or not to have this canvas, but as you could tell in my last video how bummed I was by the quality of this canvas. I don't have to worry that this one's going to fray on me. It doesn't rub off. I don't have the other one taped, but I've had some on the other plastic canvases where I had to tape it. You know how if you've seen my supply video, you know that I have moved a lot of my paintings to the 6 stacked hanger. That's actually for trousers, is what they're called, trouser hangers. There's little rubber grips on those, and I noticed on some of the plastic coated canvases, it ripped that coating right off. It has not done that to these ones. This covering is really protected. My only wish is that they did have partials, for the simple fact is that obviously there's glitter in these canvases, and the only way you're going to see that, honestly, is with a partial. Because then you'd see that behind there, because this is going to get covered up. Most people don't show the edges when they frame. Some people hang them just like this and keep them just like that, and then you would see the glitter behind there. But I am really excited about this one. I highly, highly suggest that if you buy this one, or any of the ones from Mandie, again, I'm not going to butcher her name, don't go for the small size, even though it's the most affordable for most people at $20. Just save for a little while longer and get the bigger ones. I'm not even sure that the medium one that I had originally ordered would have done this justice either. I just don't. And this one, this size was $10 more. If they would have had this size, like I said in the very beginning of this video, I would have ordered it. So, specifically with her or any artist that does similar canvases, go for the bigger ones. You will not be sorry. I can guarantee that this is going to be just as beautiful as Tell Me Stories. I can't wait to show you guys that one, and I am so glad that it's going to be the mascot for the animal category of the paint-along, because there couldn't be a better representation. Now I'm really stuck because I want to go that she has at least 2 to 3 more, this particular artist, of canvases I want. And if you remember from my last couple of videos, that's not going to happen for a while. There's just no way I can make that work right now. Wow, I really put those in there sloppy. So why don't we take a look and make sure I got everything on the checklist. And obviously, the score is most likely going to, you already know what the score is going to be. So let's see, let's go over, and it falls right into my lap. So we did that. The packaging, you saw how it was in a separate box. And this one is in pristine condition. No dents or nothing on there. There was no packing around the box. There's no paper or anything. So it was bouncing around in there. But it didn't obviously do anything to it. I do like that the sticker's on there, so if I wanted to store this in the box, oh, sorry, that was really annoying. If I wanted to store it in the box, all the information I would need is on there, including the serial number that's on here and on the canvas. So all the pieces match together. see, I did that. The clarity of the symbols is amazing. The glue is amazing, because as you know, this is glue. They do these by hand, and it's really good. Sometimes, yes, you can slide around on that, but once you put a rolling pin to this, it's fine. You don't have to worry about getting the pinching and the buckling and the puckering that people have been experiencing a lot from AliExpress, because it's hand glued and done with a squeegee. You can go to their Facebook and watch those videos, and you can see that. I showed you how everything was packed. We did the inventory, and we verified it. So I did change this. The video for, if you want to watch how I do this, why I created this system, you can go ahead and go down. There is nothing in here about points for company, because that does not matter for this guideline. But I did change these because somebody made a point about the bead inventory, and if you didn't have the beads, you couldn't do the painting, and therefore it should have more bearing. There should be more points invested into it. The reason that there's not is because we have to give them a chance to be able to send us the missing inventory. And then come the post review, because I created the unboxing guideline and checklist and the post review unboxing guideline, the post review guideline and checklist together, to go together. And so if they don't send me the rest of the beads, then that is addressed in the post review, and the score, it is factored into that score, because as you know, I take the unboxing score and the post review score, and I average the two of them out. So, but I did change it because we didn't need 2 points in the canvas condition. It's either good or it's not. I just put 1 in there for the clarity of symbols, because they're either clear or they're not. Even if half of it's clear, then I'll give it a half a point. So I shuffled those 2 points into the bead inventory, and I had this originally as 2 points, and I made that 3 points. So there's still 6. I'm looking at 3 and 3. So there's still 10 possible points. The canvas condition is amazing. The symbols are very clear, very easily read. The bead inventory, as far as I know, it's all there. All the numbers are accounted for. Everything was included. I got the canvas, I got the beads, and I got this really beautiful toolkit. The outside packaging was amazing. I showed you how everything was packed in there. And though this looked squished, as you can see, it didn't matter. These are self-flattening canvases, as I'm sure you've heard over and over and over again. And so everything was packed beautifully inside this box. And this is a nice thick box, too. As you can see, it's probably the biggest box I've gotten from them to date. So the unboxing sits at a 10 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the comparison and seeing all the stuff that comes with the new kits. Whoever wins my giveaway is going to get a kit very similar to this. So don't forget to stab the crap out of your heart. And if you guys really want, I will show you how to make shapes out of your wax to save. I don't know what will happen when it dries out, but we'll see. Let me know. That might be something fun to do on a craft Sunday. So I am very happy with this. I am so glad that I waited instead of just taking this one. I'm so glad I waited. I knew that they would make it right. They always do. They want to make everybody happy, and they made me very, very happy. Now, if only I could get a better Princess Mononoke. But that one, again, we'll have to wait and see how that turns out after it's completed. I just want it on this canvas, that's all. A girl can dream, can't she? Alright, guys, this is a very long video for an unboxing, so I will cut it off here. Have an awesome day. Have fun diamond painting, crafting, or relaxing, doing whatever it is that you do. I love you, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!